We paid $25,500 for a flooded salvaged Airstream by accident.
It did come with a set of keys.
And we've got a few bags of wet trash.
It's kind of lemons to lemonade.
I think the next step for me is to bleach the tanks. So you think it's gonna work? Let me test that now.
Ooh! Inconclusive.
I have to replace the rear subfloor.
Oh yeah. We really can't own 2 trailers with 1 truck.
If you've never used this leak detector, the idea is that you can see bubbles spinning. Essentially, it's like soapy water, but a little safer for the pipe. And you'll see bubbles spinning, and that'll tell you there's gas coming out of a joint or maybe even a pinhole.
I've got to say the water heater really doesn't look too bad. How's the wind in here?
Everything we need and hoped it wouldn't be. All
Yeah.
at the same time. So many mixed feelings for this whole situation. All right, should we try this?
Yeah, try it again. I am worried about the voltage.
Yeah, me too.
Just going error 3. Okay, that's improvement over error 1 and error 3.
What was error 3?
Kind of listening for anything, but I don't hear. Yep. I hear a little click in the control box on the left side.
We are definitely testing the LP system. The Dometic stovetop and oven work. The fridge, on the other hand.
It doesn't. It's throwing an error code. We'll look that up later.
And we're gonna move on to the next appliance.
All right. The furnace might fire up, and we'll see what it sounds like. Corrosion in this board isn't confidence inspiring, but I think I might just disconnect it and see where we're at. I have power coming down to the switch, and then I have power to here, and after that I don't see power anywhere.
All right, it's time to check the water heater. The furnace will not fire. It probably needs minimally the board to be cleaned, but we may need a new board, we may need a new furnace. This isn't unexpected, it's just good to know. Let's check the water heater.
Going to see if the water heater fires next.
I think the switch for that is in the bathroom. Here we go. Propane.
It's good. Knowing it runs on propane is good news. I mean, it may take some cleaning and some fine scale adjustment, but the bones are there.
Oven and cooktop are a yes. Water heater on propane is a yes. Furnace so far is a no, it doesn't work. The fridge is also at this time a partial no, so it has power and it powers on, but we're not getting any sort of cooling or anything. We're getting errors. I heard it.
Something happened.
I heard it go.
Yeah, it didn't just show us an error up on the little gauge. Let me check outside. I think I hear it burning. I hear the tick, 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 but I think it's lit. Yep. It just clicked off. All right, so, okay, may need a little troubleshooting, but the potential's here. This is good news.
Need to do a couple of things, but for right now, this is possibly still working. So that's a yes for the water heater, a yes for the cooktop and oven. Optimistically, maybe here. I think that leaves the water pump as our next problem. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the next step for me is to bleach the tanks, and I'm gonna see about running that water pump.
All right, next step. Making progress, guys. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start filling the water tank. Got pretty good pressure here. We'll let that fill a little bit, then add some bleach. One of the things I definitely want to see happen is a lot of water coming back out of this vent to essentially purge whatever might be in there. Let this run a little bit. I'll get some bleach in the meantime.
I hear the water going in.
Time to turn the pump on?
The pump on. I'm like super nervous as we start to make progress and tick stuff off, like the excitement and cautiously optimistic, like...
It's fear. It's called fear.
Cautiously optimistic. I feel like this situation could have been significantly worse. Significantly.
We're doing okay. If we've got to buy
a furnace?
Got to buy a furnace, but we don't have to buy a fridge. Like, that's a good swing right there.
All right, here we go. So it's turned on.
Let's go check the cabinet, see if we hear any noise at the pump. All right, right now I hear the water raging in. Try to run some water in the house, see if the pump kicks on.
The tester and see if we have power.
Okay.
And figure out which fuse it's on.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Nice. Tank is marinating with a little bleach in it. Probably not the only time we're gonna do this. We'll probably do multiple rounds.
One, turn on your tester.
Okay, I mean, step one, sure. I've got 12.17 volts on the pink wire on this side, which runs to the pump over here. I may be able to take the pump apart and figure out how to get it working, but it's not an expensive part. Right now I'm gonna connect the city water and see if that works for us.
Water through the city water connection is in fact working.
All right, let's check the drains back here that are running.
Yep.
Bathroom's running nicely. That drain was apart. It's been put back together. That's not leaking. Good signs. And we've got the shower running nice and easy, flowing down the drain. Good,
all right.
Good
this
sign.
Is a good
yeah,
sign.
Very positive here. Checking up on the water heater. We're burning. Got a flame there, and we've got water up in the water heater, so that's good news. All very, very positive. I've got the Jackery running the battery charger, pushing power back into the batteries, about 100 watts. And that's working for us to be able to systems test everything. All right, I've placed the pump in a tote lid to hopefully catch the water that runs out of the lines. Yeah, I'm gonna crack these lines and see what happens. We've run the pressure out of the system, so it will just be a little bit, I think.
It's labeled Tommy, which I think is funny. And also, are you sure you want to name our trailer Duncan?
Tommy's,
Everything in here is labeled Tommy.
Tommy's too on the nose. Yeah, look at that.
See? Tommy.
Back on topic, the pump is hot. So it's getting power, and that power's heating it up, not spinning it. So
Crack it open and see.
yeah, nothing to lose by cracking it open. The corrosion inside isn't a good sign.
We're definitely going to have to replace it, but can we limp it along for 2 weeks while we get a massive order?
That's the question, right? I guess we'll see. So you think it's gonna work?
I don't know. It's worth a shot. I'm pretty sure we're going to need to buy another one at some point.
Which side was the top?
In Star Trek, they say, energize.
Energize? Nothing. Oh, she's smoking. I think we cannot get it to run smooth enough. Well, can't get the pump working. I'd hope to limp it along to cover the amount of time it takes for an ordered one to arrive, but it's just not going to work. So ultimately, for the things we got working today, this is okay if it doesn't.
So our battery is at 12.3, so that's better than the 11, what was it, 11.7 this morning. Our fresh tank is 100, which tracks because we have put water into the tank with bleach. The gray tank is about 13, which would make sense because we were running all that water down the drains. The black tank is 15%. We have no idea about that because we haven't really been using it. So
those all numbers seem to make sense though, so that's
to make sense though. Yeah.
Good news as far as system checks go.
The pump switch does work. It's just that the pump can't be salvaged, which we kind of suspected.
We've tested just about everything we can test today. Now we're kind of at an impasse where we need a 50 amp power cord to be able to plug this in to test anything more. So I think we're going to go get that. Yep.
And so we can't really test anything like the air conditioning or the 110 system. But I feel like today's been a really fruitful fact-finding mission.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of happy news.
Ready?
Yep, I think so. All right. Oh, thank you. Microphones. We made a late night run for
It was not
parts.
late night. It was 4:30, Grandpa.
Okay, it was dark when we came out. I don't know.
At 6 o'clock. Old man time over here. We had to go to Camping World. We realized very quickly that Grandpa needed to be in bed very early, and we couldn't finish the power system testing. And so...
Enough of that. No, we have some things in here that worked yesterday we're very happy about.
And there's some things that didn't work, and we just had to spend the money, so...
I had power going to the furnace, but the board seemed to be bad, so we're going to replace that board. There might be another few small parts we could replace if the board doesn't 100% fix it.
This board alone was $229. I'm starting to feel the squeeze and the anxiety. We really can't own 2 trailers with 1 truck. We need to decide how we're going to get all of these moving parts under control. And I don't really feel okay spending such large sums of money right now with everything in such flux. However, most of the stuff was an absolute requirement. The furnace, to replace it's over $1,300 minimum, and so we're going to pop a new board in it. If we don't use it and the board doesn't do anything, we can return this for the $229 that it took us to buy it. We bought a pressure reducer because we might need it if we're going to be hooking up to city water. This trailer came with an extension cord for 50 amp, but it actually didn't come with the cord for the trailer, the power cord. We bought a converter charger, and the reason we bought this is because the other one looks terrible. We didn't even want to test it because of the fire hazard. And then you saw yesterday we could not rebuild our SureFlow pump, so we bought one of those as well.
Yeah, direct replacement, that should work exactly the same as the other. All right, we've decided to get the Honda out and the generator, and we're going to run the trailer on shore power off the generator. So actually I'm going to close the back so we don't vent the exhaust in, and we're going to test some things.
Super expensive pile. We might have been able to find these parts more affordably by, I would say, maybe 10-15% by hunting on eBay and or Amazon. Unfortunately, we have a delivery address issue that we seem to constantly have, and I'm not near any of my anchor points and addresses as I'm in Florida. We decided to just endure the pain point of paying full price at Camping World. These parts are basically mission critical to get this rig up and running so we can throw our stuff into it and empty out the other one.
All right, I've got the generator connected. The first step here is to turn on the 50 amp main breaker to energize this panel. Every other breaker in the trailer is currently off. I want to see if this breaker stays on. Okay, so far so good. This didn't trip immediately, which is a good sign.
The next circuit we should try is the microwave. The reason I feel that we should start with the microwave, it was up high, it looks like a perfectly brand new appliance with no corrosion, no anything, and I just want to see if we have power. It was way well up above the water line. So let's give it a try. Ready, Andrew?
Yep, all right, here we go. I heard a beep.
I did too. Can you pull it out a little more? Oh, it's got numbers.
All right.
So, oh, it has a light. Oh, the tray is all cattywampus. It's been so long since I've used a microwave, Andrew.
Yeah.
We don't have one. We tore ours out in our rig. We just rather use other appliances. Andrew doesn't like microwaves at all. He always sort of says, when was the last time you had an incredible meal and you were like, boy, that microwave did great. So he'd much rather have his air fryer, and I would rather have my KitchenAid mixer. So those are the appliances we choose to carry. But let's see.
Oh, hear that generator cycle up?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that works.
It works. All right, I'm going to turn this off. There's nothing in it.
All right, the next circuit in line here is for the converter, which sits behind. That charges our batteries from the shore power. So I'm going to skip that breaker right now because we've got the converter over there. We'll test that later. More on that later. The next one I want to try is for the refrigerator here. The ice maker was down there. That we had to get rid of, but
And that's an original Tommy Bahama like feature.
Yeah, a little sad, but he was full of water.
Right.
All right, let me test that now.
Ooh!
Ah. All right, that one is tripping immediately. So we've either got a bad breaker or we've got something in maybe an outlet over here, something with the wiring.
We'll check it.
We'll have to check that. All right. This is why we're going slow and steady here, turning each thing on so we can figure out where we've got to work on some issues. All right, this next one turns on the electric water heater.
Okay, why don't you hit it? Because we're full of water.
Yep.
We've been bleaching all night. Ooh, I heard the Honda downshift.
Yeah.
All right, let me go fire it and see what happens.
Okay, okay.
Okay. We have no indications that the water heater is working or isn't working on electricity. The generator didn't downshift into a higher RPM, and there was nothing on the panel, and there's no indicating lights anywhere. So I think we're gonna have to further investigate that later.
All right, the next one we can test is the, looks like it's the Blu-ray player and the TVs.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
I am ready. I see no action. However, 3 Samsung remotes. This one got wet. Nope, but that definitely says inverter circuit on there. So I'm wondering if these devices need that to run. The inverter circuits are where the DVD player and the TVs are plugged in. And so we have no idea without a new inverter if that circuit works still. So inconclusive. Andrew went outside and plugged in the fridge. Now we're going to see if we can get that to turn on. Oh, Andrew, I thought you said you cleaned this. Ew.
I wasn't gonna try too hard if it didn't work.
Otto. It says different numbers.
It was colder last night than the night before, so I think it may just be tracking ambient temperature.
Okay. I guess we have nothing to do but wait and see if any of the components on the back heat up and or we get any error codes.
All right.
Inconclusive.
No error codes there right now, though?
No error codes.
Okay.
Everything so far, with the exception of the microwave, inconclusive. So I think we should test the front AC, which is the hitch end here.
Okay.
In the bedroom.
So there's a little confusion here because we have front AC.
So to me, the front is the hitch.
Is the hitch end, and we also have bedroom AC.
Oh, which is
also
on
the front.
Hitch.
I'm not sure.
Once again, inconclusive.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know how to use this Dometic.
All right, well, it's either going to make noise or it's not, then we'll know which one's which.
All right.
Here we go. So we've never used the this generation's of Airstream's control panel, so Shauna's trying to decipher that now.
All right, so one push of the power button lights it up. Another push of the power button. And I don't know where zone 1 or zone 2 is.
Yep, the fuse panel is not labeled like that.
It's 48 degrees in here, so that's wonderful. Is the...
I'll click one breaker at a time. Tell me when you've got it calling for AC.
So I think you should... I have it something calling for something.
All right, let's go on.
It's not here.
It's that one. So zone 2 is over the kitchen.
It says that it's 49 degrees. So I don't know that the AC setting is going to be very educational, but let's try the heat pump setting. And then heat pump. And we'll see if it warms up. Inconclusive. We'll get back to you.
All right. We're pretty sure the heat pump is working. Shauna's gonna pull those screens down to clean them. That's the intake
So
on
I think
that
I'm just
side.
gonna take them off for right now. We don't have a pump, and I can't really wash them.
Projects for later.
What's beeping?
I don't know.
Something high pitched.
Coming from outside, I think. Hold on. All right, coming down. Oh, there's an inside filter. Okay, okay.
And they're both really
Dusty.
kind of dirty. Is it worth me trying to clean these right now? We haven't reinstalled a new pump, so I can't just use the sink.
Would a damp paper towel get most of it?
I don't know, let's try. So we have no furnace heat, but it appears that the AC...
No, I'm excited that we've got heat pump heat. We do have a heat pump in our current Safari. We don't have the ducted AC in the ceiling, so this is all kind of a new experience for us.
I'm so jealous of people that have ducted air conditioning.
Yeah.
Ours is like very localized.
Yeah, it kind of blows one place. Your face when you're on the couch.
This storage facility has some amenities, and for what it costs us to store here, you know.
May as well use the water.
Right. Zone 1, test.
When you're ready, I'll hit that breaker. Last one worked nicely.
Really
Quite a bit
did.
warmer.
Okay. Let's try that. Hit that circuit, please.
Copy. Yep. I hear it.
In the bedroom. Let's see how this goes, if it warms up and it works.
So the heat pump just kicked off. Got me nervous, but good news, we're just out of gas. So I'm gonna put some more gas in the generator. We're gonna go again, see where we're at.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna let the heat pump run up front there. It's doing pretty nicely, nice and warm in here now. I've taken off a layer. Probably could have got this cheaper if I wanted to order online, but I grabbed it right off the shelf. It's gonna be 1-to-1, it's exactly the same pump. I'm gonna grab some Wagos and wire it up.
Red to red. And black to white.
Black to white. The ground circuits in the Airstream are commonly white. And so a lot of the ground circuits on the stuff you buy will be black. And so it's usually a lot of times exactly like this, white to black. And there it is wired in. Now the threaded connections for the plumbing actually have they're like wing nuts essentially. So don't even need any tools other than the wire strippers to make this repair.
So I could have gotten this for about $66 on Amazon, but I couldn't get it so that it would arrive before we were going to be needing to relocate again. So I decided that we were just going to pay the $129 from Camping World. But you can get this exact unit for way less than we paid for it. I'm gonna let you do that because I'm gifted in the art of cross-threading.
I think you got it. If it's spun that many times, I think you got it.
Let's not speak too soon. Should we test it?
Yes. Go ahead and hit the pump switch. Oh, it's making the noises.
So I think you need to test the pump from the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll watch the...
All right, I'll go in the bathroom.
This pump is significantly quieter than the one we have in the Sleep 6. It turns out, though, that may not be a great thing if we end up with water leaks. It won't tattle so readily, but time will tell. Look at it shimmy.
Well, for demonstration purposes, this is definitely working. That's awesome. We've got water, city, and pump connections.
Check, check, and check.
So we don't forget and drive around with this thing bouncing up and down, I'm going to put the screws in it right now. Thank you.